When do we talk about the fucking shows and movies? Thanks for the F shot.
I don't know what these arms are doing. It's a chewed up.
Show me what you got.
We'll drink it if you say.
Hey everyone, we got a strange episode for you today. We are talking MCU movies, doing a review, and this time it's the Doctor of Strange, Doctor Strange. What year did it come out again, CountryBoy?
A few years ago.
2000. Yeah, that's right. It takes
17?
In the 2010s.
I'm going to toss in 2017.
We're catching up to the MCU.
That.
So we're just getting around to Doctor Strange now. The Sorcerer Supreme, as you will, but if you will, but this is not quite, he's not quite there at the start of this movie. But before we get to the start of this movie, we're going to start ourselves off with a shot here.
Crank it.
Crank it?
Start ourselves off, crank ourselves off.
Oh, I crank it.
Shot of whiskey, the manliest shot you can do.
And now we'll get to the introductions. I am LewisLightning, and my friend here, when it comes to action figures, he used to have a little, now he's got a lot. He's still Johnny from the block.
I love action figures. He's right. I do love those. I'm CountryBoy.
And he also likes J-Lo.
I do like J-Lo.
And,
Sort of.
hey, look who it is! It's the porno guy!
Hey! Look who it is! The porno guy!
What is that from? What is that from?
Saturday Night Live.
I don't remember.
Hey, it's the porno guy.
He got me.
MussKeg.
Let's do the Doctor Strange thing.
Yes, go.
Sling ring.
That's how you get. That's how you work the clip.
Ooh, that's a
Oh, we're gonna get
big
straight?
area.
Oh my god.
Yeah, well, that's how you cover all areas, right? You
Ooh.
just
Try to
Oh,
find
goodness,
it.
this is
Got a large face.
work your way in, and then you work your way out. Then
Not
you're
a
covered.
family-friendly episode.
Yeah.
Are they ever?
I try to be.
No,
Sometimes.
no. We try to be dark and dirty and spit on your hair.
Blowholes all the time.
And someone who makes holes to different places. It's Doctor Strange, which is what we
I thought you were gonna do you.
Doctor Strange.
Did you get you in there? Okay.
You did, yeah.
Yeah.
I felt first.
All right.
So this stars Benedict Cumberbatch, who was actually like, this is when his career was heating up. He did stuff like Star Trek Into Darkness.
He was doing the numbers game. What was that?
The numbers game. Oh yeah, the numbers game. The TV. The
Is
movie
that what it's called?
Numbers
The numbers game?
Game. Yeah.
I would say he
I
came off,
believe it was. Yeah, he played in the World War II where he was.
Yes, he played
solving
the
those-
scientist.
Yes.
he came off Sherlock as well. I know that one.
Sherlock was fantastic. Great show.
But yeah, so he was getting his feet wet in the MCU here.
Did he play Smaug yet in The Hobbit?
It was close. It was close. I do love Benedict Cumberbatch, but
Benedict Cumberbatch, but
What did I say?
I thought you were going with the joke there.
Benedict
I was.
Cumberbatch.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh yeah, also Rachel McAndrews.
McAdams.
McAndrews.
I love names.
Why would I think
Doctor
love
Strange
him.
featuring Benedict Cumberbatch and Rachel McMahon.
We have not seen this movie apparently. This is the porno version.
I like Tamilda Benton. She's in it
Oh,
too,
my
right?
goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wong,
Wang.
played by Wong. That's his name is Wong.
I can't remember Eloge for what was this?
Chicho Ejiofor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't even,
Oh my goodness.
I can't even.
Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah.
Eminem.
Yeah, a great cast of some great guys. Matt Mikkelsen was coming off of Hannibal.
Yeah.
Yes. Awesome show. Hannibal.
Fantastic. But MussKeg, why don't you get us into the story of this one here?
Sure. Well, actually, that's a good. I'll take it from the beginning because I actually am very quite close to actually having been a medical doctor. So, Doctor Strange, kind of relate to him in that sense. He starts off as a
Arrogant asshole. You're right. Yeah.
I was going to be
Could
like,
have been Doctor
pretty close to
Strange.
breaking my hands.
But
He's rich.
He's a
You could've been
fantastic.
rich.
He's a like a fucking fantastic.
Neurosurgeon.
No, he's not a. Is he a neurosurgeon? I thought he's just a surgeon, like a very good surgeon.
I think it's nerves. Yeah. I think it's
Oh,
specifically
okay,
nerves.
maybe. Anyways, fantastic surgeon, really rich. He's got the life. He's a dick. But who cares because you make so much money, you don't need to care about what people think.
Basically.
He loves Rachel McDaniels.
Yeah.
And
so much.
But she doesn't like that he's a dick. But what happens to a doctor who breaks his hands, guys?
Yeah, this is his job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what he defines him, and that happens.
Yeah.
Take it from there, Lou.
He starts looking for a solution. He goes to like a bunch of other. I mean, he starts off like little increments, right? Like incrementally goes to other doctors and stuff. No one can really help him.
Nobody's gonna work on him.
So he keeps going further and further. He ends up going to like Nepal, trying to find like these mystic healers and everything. And he hears about what's it, Benjamin
Button.
No.
the actor. I'm trying to remember. Is it Pratt?
No.
He hears about this guy. I know the guy you're talking, but he hears about a guy who starts walking after
who was
having
paralyzed. Yeah.
I'm not going to say his name. I can't think of his name at the moment.
And he, the guy tells him that he learned
Benjamin
about some
Bratt?
magics. I want to say Benjamin.
Is it Benjamin Bratt?
I want to say Pratt, but it's probably Pratt.
Yeah, you
Brad,
said Pratt.
yeah. It's
Okay,
Chris
maybe-
Pratt.
It might be Brad. It might be Brad.
It is Brad. If it's Benjamin Bratt. it's
He was
Benjamin
in
Bratt.
Catwoman with Halle
He
Berry.
was also Miss Congeniality.
Oh, a fantastic movie, too.
So yeah, and this guy tells him about like the monks and stuff. So he goes and seeks them out, and for him it's a learning process, right? Because he's all about the science of medicine and healing and stuff like that. And he goes and he meets Tilda Swinton, who is the
Sorcerer
ancient,
Supreme.
yeah,
The
the
ancient
ancient
one.
one, the ancient one.
Ancient one.
And Wong's there too, is another kind of a master, but he's a student of her.
Loves Beyonce.
Yeah. And he begins to learn the mystic arts, and you can.
He
take
gets
it on.
frustrated too.
And he gets fucking warped to hell and back. Like, he goes all over
I
the
can't
place.
do it right away.
He doesn't get it. He doesn't know what's going on. He just wants his fingers fixed, but now like, all of a sudden there's all this magic shit happening.
And the Mads Mikkelsen kind of subplot of all that
Yeah.
that's going on.
Mads Mikkelsen is the bad dude in the movie.
Bad eyeliner.
What's his name? I don't know what his
He's
name
got
is.
bad eyeliner.
That's some weird like pixelated thing going on
Caecilius.
with his eyes. Is he from the comics or was he like made up for the movie?
He was in the comics,
I don't
but
know.
it was very minor.
Very different. Okay. Yeah, so he's there, and then there's also Dormammu, which is also another enemy
Entity.
to see more in the end. But I guess Mads Mikkelsen's character kind of is it working for Dormammu?
He believes that Dormammu can give them everlasting life if he kind of blends their two worlds together. Because
Sounds like you
Dormammu,
fucking know the story, Lou.
Dormammu is from another universe. He controls everything in that universe, and he wants to basically have Earth and his universe like merge.
Yeah,
right.
become one.
And Mads Mikkelsen's wife, I think it was, he lost his wife. He wants to try and get her back by merging this so no one ever dies or whatever. Which seems like a
I
noble
forgot
goal.
that subplot. I don't know.
But yeah, it seems like a noble goal.
But yeah, it's for me. It felt a lot similar to like Iron Man in the way it was set up with the rich guy, arrogant asshole prick who has something bad happen to him, an accident happens to him.
Almost like the next guy to take over being the Iron Man in the next sequence of the...
Maybe I don't know. I don't know if that's what they were going for, but just the way the story kind of evolved that way. It started off with this character that was totally kind of unlikable, but you know he grew to love him obviously because he shows some humanity and he becomes this super powered being, super powered character, and he's obviously learning his ways throughout the whole movie.
You know who else did that? Batman.
He was never a prick.
Christian Bale Batman. He was a dick, and he goes and he learns to smoke the flower with the guys.
I guess Christian Bale's Batman was sort of like that.
But Doctor Strange's parents don't die. See? Gotcha
And you know
there.
whose parents did die? Tony Stark's.
Yeah.
Because
He was rich.
of Captain
This is
America.
basically Batman.
Captain America killed his parents.
He shouldn't have been a dick.
Anyways,
Captain America had nothing to do with it.
stuck up for the guy.
Anyways, back to
Anyways,
Doctor Strange.
we should just talk about Civil War again.
But I'll say for this movie,
Yeah.
visuals really cool. I loved all
It's
the
like Inception meets
psychedelic
MCU,
shit,
right?
man.
Like
really
the-
cool.
the
It looks at
fights
his
with-
hand, and more hands like come from his fingers,
Yeah.
and more hands come from his fingers, and then they're like engulfing his body. Like whoa, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Then he's like falling, and then the world is like warped. It's really cool.
It was like
psychedelic.
it was like they saw Inception and they thought, hey, how
Some
can
of
we
it
put that
definitely
into the
was that.
MCU basically? Like how many times did you see like glass shatter in a reality kind of thing? And
Well, that
it
was like
just
the mirror dimension. There.
Yeah, the mirror
Always,
dimension. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're right. It introduced a hugely awesome scale for fights. I also liked some of the things they added, like his cape being like a sentient
Yeah, it was
item
a
that
lot.
had like
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, and there
was
was a
beating up bad
there was
guys.
a sequence. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like you know, they have a bunch of magical items, and it was like you had to find the one for you that was for you.
Well, this is
right?
the one trap that you got Matt Nicholson in. He's like,
Yeah.
and it locks him inside of it. And that was really cool.
And I'm like, I thought to myself, man, I would love to know what item I would have got.
Yeah.
In this, I mean, everybody gets the ring and everything, but
I
And
love
Long
the
was
Eye of
hilarious.
Agamotto. Like that,
Yeah.
if I was to take something from like the MCU, I would love to have the Eye of Agamotto, just be able to like reverse time and do something over again.
was the eye the stone or was the stone?
the stone.
The eye was just the thing that held
Well,
it, right?
The stone is yes, what was in there, but I mean the Eye of Agamotto
Okay.
is what is
Okay.
the thing for this.
Yeah, it is the
movie.
best stone. Is what I would pick too. Is to control time.
We saw that. Went to the exhibit at the Tell Us World Science, and they had
did.
the eye
They
that.
had it here in Edmonton, the most powerful item in the world.
It did. I got pictures of us at the Tell Us What
You guys should have taken
I
it.
sat with the thing.
You could have broken it, and as soon as you got it, you'd been fine. Anyways,
But yeah, Scott Derrickson was the director. Now he did the horror movies before this. I can't remember. I don't know which ones he did.
dude.
horror movies.
Horror movies.
Horror?
A lot of
Oh,
horrors in them.
well, I'm the porno
No,
king,
I know
right?
the name.
So-
Movies, I can't off the top of my head. No, I can't think of any right now.
But to me, because like you were talking about like the visuals being great, and I feel like to me this movie felt a little bit phoned in. That I think Scott Derrickson looked through a Doctor Strange comic. He saw that there's a lot of psychedelic, like trippy things that Doctor Strange does. Like he talks to the entity that's eternity, that's the everything that is and never will be. He sees those kind of visuals and stuff, and he incorporated that just quickly in whatever. Like the visuals here are kind of like quick. They're not
Yeah.
not that meaningful or anything like that.
Mm.
And same thing with like you're talking about the relics. Like like the cape, the cloak of levitation is the only one that really sticks with them, but nothing else really does. And I just feel like we're trying to get through like the plot really quickly. The one thing they said, like, make sure the time stone's in it, prominent, featured, and then Dormammu. But you don't even really get much of a fight scene or anything until the very
Well,
end.
you a bargain.
I
Yeah.
do like how he was able to keep using the time stone to beat Dormammu, or at least
Yeah,
outsmart Dormammu.
I know it's kind of
Wear
like
him down,
he beat a superhuman entity by basically annoying him. He's like,
Yeah, he just
that's
kept
it.
dying.
which, all right, okay, but
I thought it was creative.
it is creative. I just feel like truly Doctor Strange would wear out before Dormammu would. In the end, in grand
That
scheme.
just shows
Well,
why he's worthy of the Sorcerer.
But it would never get Dormammu anywhere. He could, sure they're worn out, but as long as things stay the same, he's not going to get it.
I guess Dormammu also could have been like, all right, I just won't take Earth. Sure,
Yeah.
whatever. But one thing I will say about the Doctor Strange movie, for me, I remember seeing Doctor Strange like as a kid, looking at comics and looking at trading cards, and I'm like, this guy seems lame. What's cool about his powers? They did a really good job of emphasizing how, magic in...
Yeah, if
universe.
I would love to have a Doctor Strange on my team. If I'm making an Avengers, having
Honestly, they
that.
almost make him too powerful, in my opinion, because it's like,
they can do
you can
anything.
do anything.
Yeah,
right?
no, that's
So-
the thing. Is there's really not much of a limit when you do magic. It's like,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
how do you what ends the magic?
So it's kind of my biggest issue with like Wanda Maximoff, right?
Yeah, any magician.
But I personally do think he's probably kind of set up to be the I don't want to say the Tony Stark in the sense Tony Stark was the main character, if you will, of MCU 1 and season 1 and 2 and 3.
I mean,
when
the waves.
he was a leader, definitely.
But he's kind of the main character, right? If we really called it.
He started the
off with
whole
him,
MCU.
Yeah.
And I think Strange could have been that. I don't think he will be that because I think he started too far into when Iron Man was that he won't be fresh enough.
In a way, I can kind of see what you're saying because even in like No Way Home with Spider-Man,
Yeah.
Usually it was Iron Man that was kind of his go-to. He went Doctor Strange for help. So
Yeah,
I can see that.
But
Iron Man was dead.
Yeah.
hey,
I
we
feel
haven't
like-
covered that one yet.
I feel like they're leaning more towards Ms. Marvel being the new leader now. Just the
Yeah,
way that
yes,
she's
yeah,
been
you're right.
shown.
It will be probably a woman.
Okay,
Like a
let's,
woman character.
let's do a high note, low note of the movie.
So I'll go with Lono first. Like I said before, I was kind of repeating some of the beats of Iron Man, and I didn't like that. It didn't feel fresh enough for me. But high note, I'll say, like I said, the visuals were really cool, and I liked a character that I didn't really care for before. It made me care about them more, I guess. Doctor Strange, and he was in the Spider-Man animated series in the '90s. So
Low note for me is the whole love story with Rachel McMahon. That like who needed that? That didn't need to be in there really.
I just don't think it was developed enough. If they were going to go
Maybe
for
it wasn't developed enough, but
They-
that's my point.
Yeah.
Did it need to
I
be
just-
in there?
you kind of wondered why is she sticking with him, and he's this
Like
much
all it was there for was basically to try and show his change in personality, if you will. But really, nothing there. So
It was an interesting sequence though when he was in the hospital though, when he's out of body and he's like communicating with her.
yeah, absolutely, and that was kind of the cool things. And then high note, I talked about too. I always love a good old training sequence. So when he's learning the powers and when he's seeing all like the items and everything, because that also kind of introduces Wong. So
Yeah.
I'll say my low note is I don't like his comedy. Like when he's trying to be like snarky, and even the stuff with like you mentioned before the Beyonce, Eminem's like, this is so fucking topical, and it's like we gotta move beyond this, whatever. I just didn't feel like it fit like his character, especially compared to the comics, which I was kind of expecting.
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
not
I get that,
wisecracking
for sure.
or whatever. High note is, in retrospect, you might say it's a low note because it didn't really go anywhere yet. But the end with Mordo, when he takes the magic away from Benjamin Bratt, I think that's who we're saying.
Benjamin Button.
Is that who we're saying?
Whatever, that guy.
The guy that was playing basketball. He was playing basketball.
He takes it back.
He's about to dunk. He's got the championship on the line. He's ready to hit it.
I will
He's like
say, as cool as that is.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Finish.
I was gonna say, he takes the magic away, and like to me, like that's setting up Mordo for something.
Okay.
And I love that setup.
I thought there's more to it.
I was just saying that sequence, as much as I did like it, I felt like it came out of nowhere. It's like his villainy came out of nowhere.
I mean, if you knew the comics, you knew he was going to be bad. So
I did know that too. I just felt like it came from nothing.
Also, high note, Tilda Swinton I thought was awesome. Many people like really bitched about a woman being cast as the Ancient One.
She
She did awesome, and she was great in not in Endgame too.
I would bitch about the reasoning that they got her because they didn't want, it was like the Tibet, China, because they don't want to say she wasn't Chinese, like the person wasn't Chinese, whatever, like the portrayal.
They're like, let's make it a woman so we don't get
into any of that. Yeah, she did great. Nothing against her, but
I felt like she was intelligent and very much the.
Yeah, great job.
And you didn't get around to have a high note.
You did.
My high note was the visuals.
Visuals, right.
Visuals.
And then one final question. What was the Doctor Strange or the Stan Lee cameo? Sorry.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah, do you guys remember?
Oh man,
I know what it is. I just want to see if you.
No.
I'm trying to remember.
Is it he was in the library? A Spider-Man fought behind him?
No.
He's on the bus.
That's one of the best ones.
On the bus, reading like metaphysics or something like that, and they land on the side of the bus because they're going through like the mirror dimension or whatever, and he's like laughing about whatever he's read, and that's all.
That's it. Oh, okay, it was a very throwaway one.
I think it was one of the ones after he died.
Can have been because he was in the last one was Miss Marvel.
But maybe that's the one because he was also on the bus.
That was Miss Marvel.
She was on a bus.
Yeah,
he's reading something.
No, Miss Marvel was I think it was a subway train. I think it was.
And she pulls it down and looks at him.
Yeah.
But so yeah. If you guys have any final scores on this?
Are you doing Spider-Man?
Oh, scores. I don't know. I was just pointing at the thing.
God, this is gonna be a tough one for me to score. Honestly, it was good. I just can't remember.
I'll say it was good. It's a good movie. It's a solid movie. It's not great. It doesn't stand out in the great movies for me, and it's not one of the lower.
7.9.
It's not shitty for me.
7.9.
Throw it up.
There we go. Okay. Higher than I actually would give it. I'm gonna say we give it 7.1.
7.5. Changed my mind.
I'm gonna go with the 6.4.
Damn it! I can't have liked it more than you guys.
That's crazy.
7.0.
I think you really liked it more.
7. I'm going 7. 1 under.
Wow.
No, because
don't let us.
you guys know your grades more than I do.
Not really.
I'm sure that
I actually altered mine from what I had.
I'm giving it a 7.
That's
what I felt from the.
I guess I'm the higher one.
You know what? I wrote down 7.
And I thought I liked it least.
I wrote down 7 in my notes. So.
Okay.
So I'm the LewisLightning. You can find me on Twitch and YouTube as the LewisLightning. One word.
I'm CountryBoy_9 on YouTube, especially where you can find me open up this patch and Joe Fix It. Yeah, pretty sweet. I open up a lot of things. I'm also on Instagram and TikTok sometimes and a bunch of different places. You'll find me.
When did you start doing that?
Opens up
1 or 2 days
a
ago.
lot of legs.
I don't know.
What?
This is getting that.
Spread them. And I'm the strangest doctor you'll ever meet. MussKeg.
The guy that never got his doctor.
The porno guy!
Twitter PSN MussKeg.
Where he reviews porno.
Spread the legs.
Dude, someone should do a YouTube channel where they review pornos.
I thought you were gonna say just spread their legs.
It was. I got sweaty, but not good sweaty.
Okay. See ya.
Blaze tea.
We should smoke cigarettes.
We should smoke cigarettes.
You look like the type of person that would smoke a cigarette.